In today's video, you will learn how to connect your Elementor forms to your email marketing software and CRMs. I'll be leaving a link to this documentation page in the description down below so you can go ahead and use it to follow along. Alright, so let's begin from our WordPress dashboard. Let's go ahead and hover over pages on the left and click on Add New Page. We'll call it Elementor Form and we'll click on Edit with Elementor at the top. Now let's just wait for it to load, and once we're in Elementor, we're not going to be doing anything fancy. Let's type in form in the search box and I'll just drag this to this area here. Now also keep in mind that you need to have Elementor Pro to have access to this form widget. Alright, so by default on the left we have name, email, and message as our form fields. If you want, you can add or remove fields. For example, here I'm going to remove the name field and also message. Then I'll click on add item. And for the new item, the default type is text. If you want, you can use this drop down to change it. Let's add a label. I'll call this first name, and the placeholder will be first name as well. So if we're using a first name field, we want to ensure that we have the correct ID. So let's go to the advanced tab, and for ID, we're just going to remove all of this and we'll type in first_name. So that's really important as it allows mail opt-in to map this field automatically. Let's duplicate this first name field and we're just going to go ahead and rename it from first name to last name. So right now we're creating a last name field. Again, for a placeholder, we'll change this to last name. And once again, in the advanced tab, we just want to ensure that we're using last_name as the ID. All right, so we're done with that. Now we can go back to our default tab. And what we could do is make this required by turning on this switch. We can also do the same for first name. We just want to go back and make it required. Okay, so let's go ahead and shift first all the way up, then last name right under. And let's also double check to ensure that the email field looks okay as well. We just want to ensure that the ID is email. All right, so what we have right now is fine, but if you want to collect more info, you can always add a new item. Let's capture the city, so we'll keep it as text. The label will be city, and our placeholder will be city as well. So for this one, we'll go to the advanced tab and change the ID to city. Okay, and that's all we need to do for form fields. Now let's move down to actions after submit. So we're just going to go ahead and expand this tab, and here we'll see that we have two separate actions that are happening after the form is submitted. We just want to click on the X to remove both, and now we need to find mail opt-in on this list. Now we're going to see a new tab called mail opt-in, and then we can select our email service, and in my case I'll be using MailerLite. The next option is select email list, and if we use this drop down menu, we'll see MailerLite all the way at the bottom, and we'll use this tutorial's email list. So once we have selected our list, we can go ahead and map our fields. These are our MailerLite fields. So for city, I'll click on city, which corresponds to this Elementor field. Okay, so now we're done with our setup, so we can go ahead and click on the publish button at the bottom. So now that our page is published, we'll have a look. Here's our form, so let's fill it out. Smith, Connor, email, Florida, and we'll hit send. Alright, so our form was submitted successfully. Let's go back to WordPress. We'll go to mail opt-in, we'll hover and click on leads. Now here we have the information that we just entered in the form. Now we can go ahead and see if it also shows up in MailerLite. Once we're in there, we can go to subscribers in the menu on the left. And we can go to groups to see our email list, or we could just look under all subscribers to see our new contact right here. And if we go ahead and click on the email, we should be able to see more information. Here are the details for this new subscriber. Alright, so now you know how to connect your Elementor forms to your email marketing software or CRM. Thanks for watching and see you next time.